Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Funhaus Podcast. I'm Armando Torres. Today I'm joined by three wonderful guests who all had a very fun weekend. We've got Jacob Fullerton.
Hello.
We've got James Willems.
I didn't do anything this weekend.
And we've got Charlotte McGrath.
Money.
Charlotte Money McGrath. Or is it Charlotte McGrath Money?
Well, it's Charlotte Avery now.
Fuck.
I'm trying to
Money
trying to
Avery?
protect my identity a little bit.
And I did know that, and I did fuck up.
That's okay. The
Wow.
people still know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
they
to
can
go.
track you.
It's a matter of public record. They can go to the courthouse.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can find my last name.
Yeah,
It's a lot of effort, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big weekends. All four of us.
all three of us. You almost said.
All four of
No.
us. Real big weeks.
Yeah, all
weekends.
four, definitely.
Yeah.
Were you want to start somewhere?
Sure, yeah. We all had really fun weekends, except for James, apparently.
I had a great sun. Oh, well, I mean, I just didn't do anything. I didn't
Yeah.
do. Honestly, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't
I
do
wish I
anything.
didn't do
Envy
anything.
you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
I had
I'm
a
very
good
jealous.
weekend, but I love doing very little.
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
and sometimes watching 4.5-hour wrestling pay-per-views.
I didn't do that.
yeah.
I did
Mhm.
know that there was some wrestling thing happened because it's the only time I organically don't want to be on Twitter. Even
Oh,
when
yeah.
the world is falling apart and everyone's posting about the worst shit, I'm like, I gotta stay on here. But then someone's like, oh, I didn't think he'd come out like this. And it's all illusions and
never
no
do.
terms I can actually like
do.
block and mute. It's
worldwide.
impossible.
Yeah, well, it was huge. Okay, Forbidden Door is burst wide open, and you're not alone. I also can't go on Twitter because oftentimes I can't watch it exactly live, or God forbid you have internet issues or whatever. And so everything is like 5 minutes, 15 minutes ahead, and social media accounts for wrestling fans are just like on point. Like as soon as something happens, it's there and then
Yeah.
it's trending and it's being retweeted 1,000 times. So everything is spoiled.
I cannot
So-
fathom being on social media with that frequency while consuming something that I like.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, sometimes I remove Twitter from my phone for a wrestling event because I know that instinctively I'll be like, bleep, and then something will be spoiled. But
Yeah.
That's wild. I can't even. I missed the Barry season 3 finale like when it came out. And I think I talked about it last time. Is I just was like, well, can't go on Twitter for a couple of days
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
until I watch it.
I started third season last night.
It's
We're like
very
4
good.
episodes in. No, I love it.
Well, Charlotte and I went to VidCon
Video convention.
video
Video.
convention.
By its full title.
Well, I mean, I was
It's
raised
proper,
to respect
Yeah.
the people that put me in the Anaheim Marriott.
It's
One of 3.
Ooh,
Yeah, we-
the triumvirate, as it's known.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
it's Video Money Convention.
Oh, I
Use
see.
its full
Video
name.
money is that's my new handle for creating.
Video Money. So I am also envious of you because I woke up this morning and my brain went, Saturday, because I didn't have a weekend.
Right.
And then, no, Monday. And I have to come in and there's a lot of work that we got to do this week. And my brain is dying.
And this coming weekend is also going to
Yeah,
be.
you'll just recover
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
It's going to be RTX, a thing where
Yeah.
they released the app and I saw.
What?
They released the app.
You're kidding.
It's out! And they have a feature where you can go to guests and find yourself and
Yeah.
and click on it. And so I did
I was
that.
doing that with the VidCon website.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that I could have done that. It's
Yeah.
just like a long list of stuff and realize that I have to produce like most of it. And
Sometimes you got to say no.
I'm excited. I am. I just am nervous that I want to make it all great. But VidCon was really fun. We'll talk about it in a second. But Jacob, you had a big anniversary.
Yes.
Coming up.
My 10-year high school reunion.
Yeah.
2 years late this weekend. I went to that.
It was your 12-year high
My
school.
12-year high school
But
reunion.
doesn't the audience think you're like 16 or something?
Yeah,
still?
or
You're the
I
baby
guess,
boy of
yeah.
baby
Funhouse.
boy.
Yeah, I'm
You
the
ad-
new guy.
You adult man.
Yeah. That's me.
Did
But,
you get the haircut before or after? going?
Before, like
Okay.
right
Oh,
before.
obvious.
Oh, then you weren't even conveying who you really are to these people.
No, not at all.
You tricked them.
Most of them didn't even recognize me.
They were
All right.
like,
Well,
I didn't
"Where's
recognize-
floppy hair Fullerton?"
Granted, like when I walked in, and I was like, "Who the fuck?" like I can't
Yeah.
tell who any of these people are.
First of all, you walked in and they went, "It's Jacob Fullerton," and everyone
From,
went fucking wild.
Mobulary?
From model employees.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, definitely not. That actually didn't happen the whole time, but one person did go up to Tara and they were like, "Are you in a band?"
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah, it was awesome. They
Which
recognized
band?
it from Hoity Toity.
Oh,
yeah.
So sick.
Yeah,
that
that was
rocks.
awesome.
Check out
Um,
Hoity Toity and
yeah.
Loser Parade.
And Loser Parade.
Yeah.
She's in both of those bands and they're awesome. But yeah, it was. I was sort of dreading it because like I was a vastly different person in high school.
You were a bully.
You were, a
exactly.
jock,
You were a
My
bully.
ways, yes.
linebacker.
I didn't want to face down all these people that I'd terrorized.
And you were like a bully's bully too.
Yeah.
Like other bullies respected the craft.
Mhm, exactly.
Yeah.
I was very good at what
yeah.
I was doing.
It's like
Yeah.
those big robots that are like bigger than the Decepticons.
Where you not with details, but what kind of venue was it? Was there something where there was at least an activity? You know, I told you my story about the
Yeah.
bowling alley that
Yeah.
I did not attend for
Yeah.
my reunion.
Yeah, Lindsay told me about her high school reunion. That sounded not great. But I've had some confidence in this one because like my friend was the class president and she was always like, just like, I'm going to do this, make these things happen. So it was like at this brewery in my hometown. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's a nice venue and stuff. I have confidence that she'll make it a good time for everybody. And it was all right.
She had to organize that?
Yeah.
That's garbage. She
Who
already
organized?
proved herself to be the most competent of the
Yeah.
students of
I
that
guess
class.
it's like a thing, right? Like class president usually has to do the reunion.
Absolutely.
Isn't it funny
not.
that you can campaign for something when you're 14 or 15 years old and then 10, 12
It's
years
like a
down the
curse.
line, you're expected to organize an
Yeah.
event?
Yeah, you probably don't know that when you're in high school.
Politics is all about winning some sort of position that can dictate the lives of others when there is no relevance to your.
Hey.
Yeah.
And there's no term limit on class president.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
actually-
apparently.
Life, baby.
I'm actually confused what's going to happen with mine because we impeached our class president.
Oh, no.
yeah.
But they
Oh,
stayed in
God.
office.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
resign and they couldn't.
They,
Hit up
they didn't-
your class vice president. They
Yeah.
might have something going on.
Yeah.
You didn't have the votes in the class senate
we
to to actually
Oh,
remove.
God.
we kept calling for a class revote, but it just never.
Yeah, you were like, pack the class.
Yeah.
And you would just get a bunch of people in one classroom, but to no end. You just have like 50 kids.
Yeah, and then there's just 50 kids in Miss Bauer's room, and we were like, "What do we do?"
No, it was fun though. I socialized with people.
That's cool.
It was kind of like meeting for the first time. In most cases, it was because I didn't talk to most of those people in high school either.
In extreme detail, how much Gundam and Destiny stuff did you wear?
I did wear that shirt that I wore to
Your
our
fancy Destiny.
Yeah,
shirt.
I have a
Oh,
button
yeah, the
up.
kind of cowboy.
Yeah, I have this like flannel
Mhm.
that because I
Oh,
earned,
yeah.
of course because I earned the exotic shotgun, Fourth Horseman.
Of course.
I wore that, but I think only one person commented on it, so that was good.
Yeah,
Losers.
they
Gundam
said-
shoes, though.
And they
Their
said-
comment was nerd.
No, I'm the bully.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
the bully.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can't say
sorry.
anything about me.
I forgot my own.
It's not
uh,
like your former victims rise up and I'll give you a swirly, even though you're all adults.
I was
That's
the-
what I was led to believe what happens to bullies at 10-year reunions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was most afraid of, but it didn't happen.
I have always been interested in the concept of like a 10-year reunion, especially because like I feel like a high school reunion in the past was a super cool concept because you'd have no fucking idea what any of these people are up to. But like I still follow most of the people that I liked on like Instagram and stuff. So I see the lie that they paint. And you know, I know what they're trying to make me think their life is like. So that's cool. Oh, I also saw somebody that I went to high school with at VidCon.
Oh,
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Tubbo?
Yeah.
Tubbo. I'm sure Tubbo's a nice kid. He's just got
Yeah.
a funny username.
it was a
Yeah.
very funny.
I don't know. The romantic idea of a high school reunion is you show up and you're like hot and successful,
Mm-hmm.
and like, yeah,
I'll
I
show
did
them.
that, but like
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a high school reunion.
I got more successful and fatter and uglier. So I mean, I got half of it. I have more mass than I did previously.
You just need to find some way to disguise the aspects of your life that you don't want them to know about.
the fat.
Cloak.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you which ones you valued of the three things you mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James is just merely providing an opportunity, a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Does our insurance cover liposuction? And also,
Probably
is
not.
liposuction still a thing that actually exists?
I think it's
That
more
is
like
Works?
cryo, freeze the fat away.
Freeze
That-
the fat.
That
away.
is a
weird
thing,
science
but I
stuff.
don't think it's.
There's a lot of that in LA.
Yeah, there's a lot of signs for that, but that's like a boutique treatment. That's
Cool.
liposuction.
It's a booty treatment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want. Is actually I want all the liposuction on my body, and I want
You
them
want it
to
in
put it in
your
my
wagon.
ass.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
pack that wagon.
I want to have an absolute fucking unit
Pack
of
the wagon.
of a butt.
Pack that wagon.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if like there was no ass.
Oh,
Really?
Just like a
Yeah.
board.
And you just got like your whole butt removed. You had a Hank,
Isn't that
and you
a
had a
thing?
Hank Hill ass.
Didn't Kim Kardashian just have her butt taken out?
I think.
It's in the shop.
Yeah.
Well,
come
I
back.
thought because I heard that she had her butt taken out, and
Did she
because
have-
they're trying to change the trend to like they're saying that the trend is changing. Big
Oh,
booties
wait.
are out.
I don't know
What's
what
in?
fucking trend.
I guess not big booties.
What's in
I don't
big
want
booties?
that.
This is not
Yeah,
good
no.
for me.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I don't like that.
I mean,
That's-
I'm not here for following Kardashian trends. Number
Yeah.
one. But,
No, you're just a big Davidson fan.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
huge.
by
Yeah,
proxy.
yeah, yeah.
Tommy
Tom-
Davidson.
You talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Skeet Davidson.
Skeet
My
Davidson.
favorite- yeah, that's what Kanye calls Pete. He calls him
Oh,
Skeet
Davidson?
Davidson.
Was that phone call was crazy.
I didn't hear the phone call. I saw the text messages. That's my favorite.
Phone call was good. It's worth checking out.
I'll
The
check that
voicemail,
out.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up.
He's like, I'm gonna remove your ass.
What?
I'm gonna
but that
take
was
out your
him to
ass.
Kim.
Oh no, it was a
Surgery.
mistake.
I'm gonna remove your ass.
You got an ass.
the
I'm gonna
Skeet
find it.
the Skeet did thing. The
Somewhere.
the
Special
text
set of
messages
skills.
where Kanye texted Pete Davidson was like, "Where are you?" And Pete Davidson was
Where
like,
are
"I'm
you?
in bed with your wife."
Oh,
and
I
Yeah.
saw
sent a
that.
selfie.
Yeah, I know of that.
Why?
Where are you?
It's a stand-up. I don't know why. It's always funny when people go after
Yeah,
stand-ups that it's like he's gonna burn you.
yeah.
He's gonna burn you hard.
You gotta go up. You gotta go after different stand-ups.
Yeah.
Listen up, Jeff Dunham. Where are you?
Probably fucking doing a My Pillow endorsement or
Oh
something.
no.
Fucking Jeff Dunham piece of shit. Anyway, I at VidCon I saw somebody that I went to high school with, and I was at this point in the night I was a little drunk. It was during the after dark.
3 p.m.
Oh, during the after dark.
It was during the
bedtime.
after dark thing, which was
We were
like
having mimosas yesterday around like
yeah,
noon.
yeah. I woke up, took a shot, did the mimosas, drank that. Somebody threw me Eric Bador gave me a Cutwater like canned margarita,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody dared me to open it up and chug it. Ben
Yeah, and it's
Ernst.
Armando.
And I did.
So yeah.
Because somebody implied that I was a bitch fool, and I fucking cracked that shit. And
Yeah,
drank
you have
it.
Marty
And you
McFly
showed
syndrome.
them. Yeah.
What
But-
are you? A bitch,
Bitch
fool?
Wait, Doc,
Dun, dun, dun.
are you telling me I'm a bitch fool? And then I hopped on my
Nobody
skateboard.
calls me.
A bitch.
I love how he goes to the past so that way in the present he can have a truck. But having that truck causes him to race Flea or whatever and crash into Flea or something like
ruin
that.
his
And then
hands.
that's what ruins his hands and forces him into medical debt or whatever, right? That truck is the heartbeat of that trilogy.
Are you talking that a
And-
critically acclaimed actor Flea?
I am. He's
Flea-
in everything.
he's a-
Name a
he's a-
franchise he isn't in.
Yeah.
Star
I
Wars.
dare
He's a
you.
source of conflict in everything.
Yeah.
I like when, not to just talk about Back to the Future, not to be all cracked.com about it, but when Biff comes in the 50s and grabs George McFly and goes, McFly, you Irish bug.
Yeah, that's right.
We my friend had a birthday party at like a draft house type place, and we were watching it. We clearly all had not seen it in a long time, or in a group. We all went, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, that is
Biff.
50s, very specific inter-European racism.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is my favorite kind of racism. If I had to pick a favorite, I mean,
Sure,
they're all
yeah,
good,
yeah.
clearly.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think they're all bad.
yeah.
For the
very-
record,
Especially
Charlotte,
the Irish.
Charlotte addressing camera.
obviously.
Can I get a Chiron? Charlotte speaks.
Jesus. We were at the After Dark panel, and I was a little buzzed, and I saw somebody, and I went, I'm pretty sure I went to high school with this person. And Iffy was next to me and goes, what's her name? And I was like, I'll make up a name. It's just like Jessica.
Yeah.
And Iffy goes, oh, bet. Jessica! And just starts screaming her name. And she turns and looks, and he goes, this guy went to high school with you. And she just went,
That's about right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't remember you. Said that, which hurt my feelings for no reason at all, and then turned around and kept watching the panel, and I could hear her go, "That was weird." And then about 10 minutes after that, the Always Open ended, and I had to walk up onto the stage and then switch it out, and I got to watch this person
Get up out of their chair and then leave.
Yeah, they got up and walked away because they had clearly come for the second show and then realized that I was going to be a part of it, and then just went no, and then got up and left.
That's worse than anything that happened at my high school reunion.
That's what I was going to say. I assumed that's what my high school reunion would be.
Somebody pointing to Jacob. This guy went to high school with you. I know. We all went to
We
high
all
school
went to the same place. We're in the same graduating class.
Come on, Derek. What's your problem?
Jessica.
We walked together.
Oh man,
There were
was
a lot
there
of
any?
children.
Was there anybody that you were like super happy to see was doing not well? Because I feel like that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
would
I
go
don't think
to a
those people will
reunion.
show up to the reunion.
I don't know.
It wasn't the hometown. I think like we all have those friends that are like the never leave the hometown person.
Yeah.
And they don't really, they like kind of stay the same forever.
Sometimes I envy those people.
Yeah. They're happy.
Yeah.
They're happy. That's great.
Yeah. So they have
I
something
mean-
I never will, which is contentedness.
I'm one
Yeah.
of those people. Never left my hometown.
Well, it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
Yeah, that's
for you.
You want to, fucking Lakers fan ass.
I'm
Oh,
a new Lakers fan.
Everybody seemed to be doing well. There were a bunch of children running around.
Ugh.
And I was looking at people
What?
I don't know
like,
why I said that. But wait, why were they there?
Yeah.
I don't
bring
know.
your
People brought their
kids to 'em.
families.
Did they go? Wait, were they like babies?
I
Were
was
they,
gonna say
like,
if they're running around, let's
They
see,
could be
it's
11.
12
They could have
years.
been-
Yeah.
Some
like,
were like toddlers. and Some were like
prodigies.
maybe
Oh.
4 or 5
Okay,
or
I would say
those-
some were 14 though.
Those
Yeah.
are the families that aren't doing well because they can't hire a babysitter.
Mhm. I did have an interaction with one guy. I'm like, "Oh, are these yours?" There's like 3 children running around his legs. He's like, "No, there's this person's, and that person's."
There was a thing that I feel like happened socially where people are having less kids.
Mhm.
It is actually this fewer. Thank you. And so they.
You're welcome.
But in replace of that, I feel like more people have pets, right?
Yeah.
Like
Just cats and
dogs
dogs running around the
Running
10-year.
everywhere.
But it has become more acceptable to just bring your dog or cat wherever the hell you're gonna go. And I'm fine with it. Listen, I'm totally down if just people want to bring their cats and dogs to all the kinds of these places, like a high school reunion, maybe. But that shouldn't then conversely make people that have kids feel like they can bring their kids everywhere.
Yeah,
Because the
I
whole
don't.
part of
No,
the
will not
pets
do.
was a replacement for the kids.
I don't care what you're into, but do it behind closed doors.
Thank you. I don't want to see evidence of your smut.
Yeah. I was on the verge of just like, whoop.
I guess
Yeah.
that is what a child is. You see a child and you're like, I get it. You fucked.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple times.
Nice.
How,
Oh,
how
loser.
far do you think you could kick a kid? Like from the kid's standing?
Depends on the child.
Depends
Yeah.
on
Child's
the kid.
density.
Yeah.
Like baby Armando, he's gonna
Gone.
fly because he's
Yeah.
shaped like
be
a
on the
soccer
lookout
ball.
for
Yeah.
Funhouse babies
Yeah.
coming to RT. Okay, yeah.
Why'd you have to
Jacob
say soccer
Tremblay.
ball?
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
Jacob Tremblay.
Jacob Tremblay in room.
It's not the only round ball.
in
that's all I'm
room.
saying.
Oh, not very far, I think.
Yeah.
Jacob Tremblay in Dr. Sleep. Maybe a little farther.
Isn't he? Wait, that was. Never mind. Okay, this is stupid.
Yeah,
He's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You need more mass to
Yes.
get behind.
Yeah.
Also, are you like punting them? Or are you like heel kicking them?
Punting.
I'd
say
Punting.
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 Yeah.
curb
Punting?
stomping.
Punting.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like they're on the ground.
That's
They're
not how
on a
punch
little
works.
ground.
The part works
Yeah.
you get it snapped and then you drop it and kick it.
So you'll need a friend.
Well, it depends
to
on what
hold
punt
them
we're
down.
talking about. You're talking about football punt.
Football punt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can also
Well, I
the
guess you
goalie
could-
can also punt kick as well.
I
Yeah.
guess.
You could
Yeah.
also use the side of your foot if you want to inflict a little bit more like broadside pain.
Well, I want to
feel like
put
that'd
some
go farther.
spin
Did
on
you say
it.
a
I'm
heel
trying
kick?
to bend it like Beckham.
Yeah.
Hold on. Lindsay, did you say a heel kick? Like kicking with your heel?
Yeah, like, leg up and then just going like
Like
Sparta.
Sparta.
Axing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that wouldn't go very far.
What's his name in 300? It's not
Leonidas?
Leonidas, yeah.
No, the actor.
Oh.
Gerard Butler. I almost said Gerald Ford.
Actor 300's Gerald Ford.
Gerald
Thank you,
Ford
Zack
just
Snyder.
like drop kicking Jacob Tremblay through a plate glass window.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish there were more animals there. We have a cat backpack. Haven't really used it. But I recently put Ziggy inside, and it just looked like it was filled with fur. And I'm like, this won't do.
Mm.
I don't know where his face is.
This is something interesting that my sister has a cute dog and a dog backpack, and she will go out and about with it. And she's like caught people like taking pictures of the dog and her. And she's telling me this story, and I was like, I've definitely been that person
Yeah,
many
taking
times,
pictures
and,
of
and
people's
it's
cute
it's
pets.
brought into question some matters of privacy because like I was at like a farmer's market, and I was like, oh, that's a dog in a backpack. Click, share, done.
I saw a woman walking a bunch of dogs in my neighborhood. 2 dogs on leashes, and one was a puppy and like a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Just like, it was very, very cute.
I think you should be allowed to take pictures of that, personally.
Okay.
Because like dogs walk. Dogs are meant to be leashed. They have a process for that. So when you change that process, now it's pivoted. Now it's something different and something a little bit strange.
Yeah.
And so
I love
feel like-
seeing now in 2022 or the year of our Lord, kid leashes. Still love that.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I've
great
been
stuff.
around for a long
Great
time.
stuff.
I love it because like there was a time where it was way more common, and then I think like the jokes came where everyone was like, "What kind of a terrible person would do that?" And so for that to have passed
Yeah.
and then still do it, I love that. To
Yeah.
just
It just-
not care.
Kids love it.
A kid leash says, I can't proactively be responsible for this.
Yeah.
Which is a funny thing to say about a child.
About your child. Yeah.
Well, maybe they're important. I don't think I told this story on the podcast, but I saved a boy's life last week.
That is important.
Wow.
I did. I know. It's important. It's important work. I care about it. I was in New York City,
The Big Apple?
the Big Apple. Yeah, and I was on Governor's Island, which you can take a little ferry boat to. It was the Lavender
The Big
Festival.
Island?
The big
Lavender?
the Big Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was actually Porch Stomp 22, where they had a bunch of people with guitars in disparate areas playing folk
I thought
music.
they just beat the shit out of a porch.
Some of them were on porches and some of them were stomping. Anyway, I'm fucking playing.
Yeah, I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
It's cutting me.
My sister and I were walking, and we find this kid head tilted back, mouth open, sobbing, snot on the front of
Oh
his
my
shirt.
God.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is that kid all right? And she said, what are we going to do about it? And then it became very clear that he was lost because he like shambled past us and he's like, this is bad. This is so
That's
bad.
a good matter of awareness.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. And he seemed like old enough that he would be able to figure it out himself. But I was
Yeah.
like, all right. And so like we like talked to him and found security and, you know, eventually like reconnected him with his mom. But why did I bring this up?
You
saved
saved
the
a
child's
child
life.
leashes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he
Leash.
seems like a kid that was on a leash for a long time because the mother's reaction and like everything about it seemed like this kid gets lost all the time.
gotcha.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
found out that she was maybe 30 yards from where we had found him when we finally got a hold of her half an hour later.
This is
And so
bad.
he had probably wandered like 8 feet away from her and went, and then was like, but we were thinking it would be funny if we accidentally ran it because we didn't meet the family. Security took the child away. He's probably in witness protection. But
Yeah.
we thought it'd be funny if we came across him again. And he was like, "Look, Mom, those are the women who took me." But yeah, I mean, like I have a feeling like you put a kid on a leash long enough.
Yeah.
When you take him off the leash,
He's gonna want
They're going to go.
he's gonna wanna
He's
Yeah,
gonna
they're
run
scramble.
free.
yeah.
So what happens
The
with a
best
dog
part
off
was
the
he had a unmistakably Star Wars shirt on. It was like the white
one?
text, white
I've
or
got
no
a
yellow.
bad feeling about this.
Never tell me the odds. Yeah, it was the yellow text, you know, like the
Mhm.
Star Wars title
Yeah.
font. It said pew 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 pew. It's like
Oh,
a blaster.
fun. Okay.
And you know, my sister's trying to be like comforting, and she's like, "Oh, I like your shirt. Do you like Star Wars?" And he went, "This is actually a Star Trek shirt, and I don't like it."
Okay,
we were
all right.
like,
I see why you told this story. So you punted this fucker.
Already
So I-
condescending.
This
Yeah.
kid who
Yeah.
appreciates
so
irony.
so funny. I was like, this kid, his mom doesn't even want him back.
Yeah. He's
yeah.
already learned gaslighting.
Yeah, but himself to himself too.
Yeah,
to his
yeah.
own detriment. He's like, it's Star Trek and it sucks.
Oh,
Ah,
Jesus.
Oh no.
I remember the first time I ever got lost, I was with my grandmother in a Walmart, and she like went to go try something on, and I didn't hear her leave, so I just was fucking lost. And I walked around, and then I went to somebody and just said I'm lost, and they were like, "Okay, well, we can help you. Like, who are you with?" And I said, "My grandma." And she goes, okay, well, what's your grandma's name? And that's when I realized that family members have names that aren't just how
Their
they're
grandma,
related to.
yeah.
Like I
Wow.
only knew mom is mom, dad is dad,
Mhm.
grandma is grandma.
Oh,
and so I was
no.
like, I don't know.
And you're 15?
Yeah. This is last year.
Yeah. Grandma.
So I just was
Oh.
like grandma, I think, but sometimes, and then I had like an epiphany where I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, I do know her name because when I don't call her grandma, I call her abuela. Her name is abuela.
Oh, no.
Which is just
Aw.
Spanish for grandma.
Yeah.
And they had nothing to go on, so they just like did a thing over it where they were like, we have if somebody's there, we have Armando here with us. And then she looked over at me and went, he's very frightened. If you could come
Yeah.
over here. And yeah, it was the same thing where my grandma just got out of the changing room and looked over and was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and you're like, this is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah, I didn't comfort the kid at all. My sister pointed out because at one point we were walking along. I was like, I got lost at the circus once. It was awful.
Mhm.
And then I said
Yeah.
nothing else.
Well, kids are stupid.
Kids are
and
stupid.
Should not be.
I got lost in a maze once when I was a kid.
That's
That's kind of
was
the
That was
point of a
supposed to
maze,
happen,
though.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but alone. And
Oh,
I
you're-
could have just dropped down and crawled out, but I
Yeah.
was so terrified. I was like, just spinning around in this. Yeah, I know.
can't see the world.
Couldn't be me. I could see over the maze.
Yeah, I have. I'm looking for grandma. I have a big kid here,
Yeah.
tall.
I mean, that makes it fun for everybody though, because people have to find you in the maze. They got to do the maze. Look for Charlotte.
They did find
Mhm.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the Minotaur.
Yeah, but well,
Exactly.
that's what I was going to say.
Just as
Before the Minotaur
elaborate,
finds
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
because it's in there.
Anyway,
in every maze.
for the rest of my trip to New York, I was calling myself Boy Saver.
Which now that you've told the story, your sister saved a boy.
No,
and
no,
you
no. She was
antagonized
just
him.
I didn't antagonize shit.
We
I saved this kid's life.
Yeah, we came off the leash conversation. I pictured more kid fell off a Statue of Liberty. You grabbed him by the leash.
I saw
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from the island. I saluted it.
Really?
I also found a bunch of dumpsters with pride flags on them.
On them.
Yeah, New York is full of wonders.
Beautiful.
Cool.
What a beautiful place.
I'd love to go someday.
Statue
You
of
can make
Liberty
it
is
there.
French.
You can make it anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can salute her.
I didn't know that Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty, and pull whatever symbolism you want from this, is built on top of a military fort.
Yeah. Everything is built on top of a military fort in this
but like
country.
what's funny is Governor's Island and Ellis Island, they have these like star-shaped military installations for just in case, and they
Mhm.
never saw action. But
Mhm.
like they've been like memorialized and have like statues and like seals and stuff, and it's like the brave men and women that worked here
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
our shores safe, and it's like there was never an engagement.
yeah.
It's just a bunch of soldiers sitting back with the mirrors sunning
Yeah,
themselves.
I know. And then, at a certain point in like 1910, they're like, well, no one will ever attack New York.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
Yeah.
Except for a giant monster come from the depth of the sea.
Yeah, that'll happen.
That'll
Or
attack New York.
teleported in with the,
Oh yeah.
With the Cloverfield paradox.
Cloverfield. I was thinking Watchmen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
Watchmen.
That the giant
Watchmen
squid.
novel.
Novel,
not
yeah.
Watchmen
Or,
film.
I mean, yeah, I guess it
Or
could
the
just be
show, the
a-
HBO show that's the squid in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it follows the book.
Yeah.
It follows
'cause
the
it's
book.
great.
Yeah.
with Michael Imperioli. is in
Was
it.
it the was it the Expanse where they had to like build a wall around the around Ellis Island because the water level rose all the way up or something?
I don't know. I read books.
Yeah.
What's the name of that island in Hudson Bay or whatever? That it's just like rocks. It's just craggy rocks, but it's like owned by one guy privately or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Fraggle
What's it
Rock
called?
Fraggle.
It's like Rat Island or
Muscle.
something. Like,
It's called Rat Ass
I think
Island.
it's something like Rat
I
Island
mean, yeah,
or
there's
whatever.
tons of like plague islands and like mass graves.
Executioner's
and, like,
Island.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh
it's
my
got a
God.
single lighthouse on it.
That sounds
and
awesome.
It was
One of
because they
my-
killed people there.
One of my favorite
but also needed to see that it was there.
Yeah.
favorite things that somebody just pointed out to me, and I don't know if this is all the way true in the timeline of this, but I did find out that in Paris there
Paris.
is in Paris there is their own they have their own copy of the Statue of Liberty. which seems really fucked up. It's like you went to a birthday party and brought a gift, but then had to get one for your own shitty kid.
I don't know. Sometimes I like get something for someone. I'm like, damn, I want one of these.
Yeah, I think that's what it
So
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got my sister this blanket, and I think I might get my.
Also, if you
I
go
think
up,
you just fall into the same category that I'm talking about.
if you go into the head of either of them, you can speak into the ear, and then you'll be able to hear it in the other statue.
And that goes directly.
Yeah, but if you say something like, lewd, she goes, swats you up.
Sacre bleu!
Mon ami.
Well, we are going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors so that we can fact check this, which is something I'm not going to do at all. So we'll be right back. Bird dogs have completely changed the game. Bird dogs, shorts, pants, and joggers are made from the finest high-quality material and come with built-in liners that cradle your stovepipe for all-day comfort. I mean, who the fuck likes being uncomfortable? If you're not wearing bird dogs this summer, then you probably poop with your pants on. It's time to upgrade to the shorts and pants of the future. Your balls will thank you. James Willems of Funhaus, ever heard of him? Will not stop talking about how great his bird dogs are and how they just cradle your junk perfectly. Tells me that they keep him cool on hot days and keep him warm on cool days. And that sounds like a great recommendation to me. So go to birddogs.com, enter promo code FHPOD, and they'll throw in a free Bird Dogs Yeti tumbler. They found Yeti's $90 tumbler, copied it, and now Bird Dogs is giving it to you for free. That's birddogs.com, promo code FHPOD, and boom, get a free Bird Dogs tumbler with your pair of Bird Dogs. You will not take these things off, I promise you. Although you will eventually want to take them off and wash them. But other than that, you're never going to do it. Bird Dogs, do your junk a favor. And we're back. You scared James.
Yeah, it was. It hit a very high.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
It resounded through my skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big weekends all around. Like I said multiple times, we've been to VidCon.
Yeah, that's cool.
The theme of this episode is weekends. What's
Yeah.
the title of this episode? Weekends.
Relaxing.
One of
VidCon
these
was I'm excited about it because it was my first convention ever. I've never been to a convention.
Really?
You've never been to a convention before, and now you got another one in a couple days.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And this one was a convention.
There was
Yeah,
a
it sure
convention.
was.
People convened.
There were 7,000 people
Really?
Wow.
over the course of 3 days.
Yeah, which is low.
I haven't been to a VidCon
really?
in years.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I was gonna say there are 7,000
I've never
people
been,
in
yeah.
Anaheim.
That
I
place
should've-
was empty.
It was
Wow.
really interesting in the past to go to VidCon because like no one cares
Yeah.
about most, like it's only the highest, most popular like TikTok stars or at the time Vine stars or whatever, like
boy savers.
boy savers and what have you. But it was always interesting to see because like I could just go and just like completely walk the floor, which doesn't really happen at RTX or something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You can walk around and do stuff, and no one cares. But then occasionally someone they'll stop you and be like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "There's someone," and then some person, some like 15-year-old, vlogging themselves with a selfie stick is walking as just a crowd, like a train of human beings follows behind them. And I don't know who that person is at all. Like
Yeah.
it's really interesting to see because you go to Comic-Con, it's like, oh, it's Samuel L. Jackson. And you're like, oh, I get why.
Yeah.
But this other one is just some person who's
Very
more famous than
obscure.
you could ever imagine that you've never heard of.
Hugo Weaving.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean, I would go nuts.
I met Therapy Gecko. He's like a TikTok guy who I really like his stuff a lot.
I thought he was a guy in a costume. It's a gecko.
No, yeah, that's what the other crazy part. When I met him, he was in the full costume.
Was he really?
With full costume, full makeup, and everything. And I was like, "Hey, man!" And he was like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Lyle." And I went, "No, you're not. You're Therapy Gecko."
Yeah, you get it right, sir.
And
Yeah, sure, and I'm the Queen of England.
he told me that he's been to a couple different conventions and he's been to VidCon before. and he felt like other VidCons are for the people who are fans of like Vine stars or TikTokers or whatever. But this one in particular, he said, this was for us. Like, we needed this.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
the people, because that's what it was. It just felt like, I don't even think we walked the actual floor. We just like stayed in the creator and industry.
We spent the most time at the hotel bar.
We did. And that was good.
It was fun.
I at the beginning of the weekend, I would ask like, hey, is this something that we can get like covered or something? And I was very coy about it. And then by the time that we were just at the hotel bar and on Sunday morning, I would walk around and point at people and just go, give me your give me your card. I got to go buy a drink. Point at like Santiago and just go, card.
Welcome to the Marriott Hotel Bar, brought to you by Coinbase.
Yeah. There was like NFT stuff there. I mean, like I didn't get to see much of it, but like it's like, I don't know. We did some panels which were fun, and I like seeing people come up from Austin for this stuff. But like, I don't know. This whole digital creation space is in a very strange spot. It's like this weird transition from like the like old new media of YouTube to like the vertical video, but also there's tons of like crypto weird stuff, and like I feel like it's like like. I don't know who any of these creators are, and I know I'm not the demo, but like I'm just looking around and being like, does anyone know what's going on? It's like so much happening and also more precarious than ever to be doing this. And I'm just like, okay.
Are there like booths and stuff?
I don't know. I didn't see the show. We went to like some creator
There were booths
area
from a ton of, at least, where we were. There were booths from a ton of like companies and apps I've never heard of and would never use. And they were giving out the worst swag that I've ever seen in my entire life. Except for one who I can't even remember what the app was, but they had Agua Fresca. And I went, ooh, Agua Fresca! And then walked over there and they were trying to explain to me like, I was like, I want the pineapple one. And they were like, yeah, so we have like an app that's like actually an alternative to Premiere, and like you could use it. And I just went, I don't edit. I like pineapple. And then they stopped talking to me, and it was great.
Did you get your Agua Fresca though?
I did, yeah. I got my Agua Fresca, and then I went back to get 3 more from my buds.
I'm not good at cutting through the bullshit like that. So
Yeah.
I used Armando like a tool to get me watermelon juice.
Yeah, because I'm
Battering
a
around.
dumb, useless idiot. and I'll just tell them-
Gallagher.
I'll just tell them that I can't fucking help. Like I don't edit. I don't do anything. I don't make decisions.
It was weird to see at like a thing for like, you know, there was a lot of like young teens there to see their favorite TikTok stars, but also all the check-in areas were sponsored by DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know it's a free editing suite,
Yeah.
and so like they want to get creators in. Video's big, and it's more prosumer than ever, or consumer forward. But it's just weird. It's like this is like the talk of the post houses I used to work in. Why is it sponsoring this convention?
Yeah.
I kept making this stupid joke that eventually just became me getting angrier, where we would see like the Spotify booth, and I'd be like, haha, I should go over there and ask them why my song's not doing numbers. And then we saw like a TikTok booth, and I was like, I should ask them why like they stopped promoting my videos in the algorithm. And then the third time I saw one, I was just like actually mad. Like I was like, who can I talk to about these things?
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I
It's
not
the people
making-
working at the booth.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
actually,
for sure.
they're the ones with all the information, for sure.
Yeah, it's the one splitting their times between the Spotify booth and the Mr. Beast human pinball machine or whatever the fuck that was.
What?
I actually don't want you to elaborate on that because I just want to spend a good 7 or 8 days investigating myself.
The
I
losers
didn't-
were made into chum for Mr. Beast burgers.
No.
We didn't see, at least I didn't see anyone actually using the Mr. Beast human pinball machine thing or whatever it was.
I never saw it. This is
What
news to
I
me.
did see was on the way back from Burritos, I saw construction workers tearing it down.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
They said, no more Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Workers rise up.
I'm trying to think of a single other YouTuber. We like, who's the
FPS Russia.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that.
We
yeah.
like
not
car
anymore.
crash compilations.
Yeah.
That's what I watch.
we like Funhaus.
The whole idea. I mean, it took forever for that to become a thing. Like going to
pinball
VidCon.
machine?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It took even less time for it to not become a thing. The VidCon and stuff this medium is just not. It wasn't considered anything legitimate for a really, really long time. And then when finally the people with money or that wanted money was like, oh, this is its value, then it became like a huge thing. And going to VidCon a couple of years ago it was massive. They had a Ferris wheel just out there in the middle of the parking lot and like all kinds of stuff. And that was before you even that was just for people that's swinging by and not even going into the convention. You go into the convention and they have those giant inflatable obstacle courses and bigger brands than I've ever seen in VidCon and stuff. And I just think, the last 2 years have changed that. It is digital and people like switching to remote stuff, and it's still, we're still not out of this. I think people are still thinking like, I don't know that I want to travel right now. And even if I did feel safe, it's more expensive than ever to do this. Like things are more expensive. So I think it's weird to see how it will build back and in what shape it will build back. Because like what Charlotte's saying about YouTube being the old guard now is such a funny concept.
It's very, very strange. Like being on the outside for so long, and now that I'm inside it, the party's over.
Years.
You've managed to acquire like immense political power in Cold War Russia. Like, you're like,
not
wait,
even Cold
hold
War,
on.
right? You're in the Soviet Union.
Hold on, wait, what?
Oh my God, there were a lot of really cool things there, but one thing that I've noticed more and more, but really got a full like force realization.
How there's nothing to do in Anaheim.
Anacrime as we called it.
One thing to do in Anaheim.
There's one thing to do in
It's
Anaheim.
Disneyland.
Two things.
Two things.
Yeah.
If we count Buena Park, there's two things. Medieval Times and Disneyland.
And Cali Tacos. One of the things that really makes me upset, and I don't know, it might come off pretentious, but I feel like when you go to these events and you talk to these people, there's a lot of people there whose entire focus seems to be around like, well, how can I get famous? And like a lot of the creators or people there are like very focused on like just like getting numbers or doing that.
So you're gonna want to go to the Japanese death forest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And and there were very few people who seemed to have any questions about how to be better.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
how to
Well, no, we
make,
got
like,
good questions during our panel.
We did. There were. That's not to say there were none. It's just that there was few and far. Like the people that I talked to, and we talked to Overly Sarcastic, who does YouTube videos that I fucking love. Like I was watching them before I worked at Funhaus, and I was talking with them because like I love their shit, and they were telling me about a panel for editing, and he was like, I love this panel because he wasn't giving tips and tricks on like Premiere or After Effects. He was giving his overview on the theory of editing and like what goes into that with like timing and telling a story and crafting things.
Not going to the bathroom for 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And so it just like, we talked to the people that we hung out with and talked to and for the most part interacted with on a close level were very much like
Eric and Fiona.
Yeah. I want to get better. I want to do better. I want to like work on my craft. But then like you get bombarded by people who just like shove business cards and fridge magnets in your hand and are like,
yeah.
Well, I kept the fridge magnet.
It's because you can use them, right?
Very, very useful item.
You to hold up the card.
She was nice.
I think that
she asked me if she could come be a guest on my podcast, and I was like, no.
Did she listen to your podcast?
No.
Or just ask her to be on your podcast?
She watched me on a panel and then said, I would love to come be a guest on your podcast. Which one is it again? Yeah. That was a sentence she said.
Whoa, that's weird.
That's what I mean. It's like I don't.
I think
better.
A lot of confusion comes from the fact that because the tools are accessible, most people that have broken out just kind of do it all themselves, right? Like they write their little script if they have one, they film themselves talking into a camera, and then they edit it together, right? They do it. Whereas if you look at most entertainment industries, you have trades, you have jobs, you have like actual career paths that are in those trades that you can go to. So people specialize and they really value how they can contribute to the process on that specific tier of everything. And that is a lot less prevalent in this industry, not just for like kids on YouTube or whatever, but for like here. Like, I mean, Charlotte's on this podcast, but she's gonna go back and edit after this, I'm sure. Jacob
have
too.
to.
Like it's very much everyone is kind of wearing all these hats at all the same time. And so the perception is that like that's what you do, but I don't know that that's always the way to make the best thing. Like if you have someone who has an
Absolutely not.
amazing skill set at editing, then it's like, and they love doing it, then they can bring something to that project that you couldn't have ever imagined. And that's when things become really great, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that in creating, it's the stuff that I love. It's like I want to get somebody who's the best at what they do, and who I feel like I share a vision with to like, like edit. Like I was working on something, and I wanted Charlotte specifically to edit it. There's other people that I wanted, like this other guy to be like the director of photography. Like I used to want to do everything myself because I was like, I'm the only one who could do it. But then I saw like there are people who are so much better. But I guess my point was more just like you see a lot of people who the reason they're doing stuff on TikTok or whatever is because they really want a following.
Clout, baby.
Yeah, like that's their end goal instead of
That's my name after Video Money.
And goal?
Clout
Clout
Baby.
Oh.
I guess
Voice
my
saver, clout baby.
Voice
Charlotte
Saver,
Money
Clout
Avery.
Baby. Video Money.
She has so many
Avery.
names.
my goal has always just been to like make better stuff and not, I didn't necessarily think I was going to be making 15,000 podcasts for the rest of my life, and I hope that I'm not doing it for even another year. But my goal has always been like I want to make funny videos and TV and stories.
Yeah, but even in the statement, the term there, make, is like, what do you want to do?
Make.
A lot of people, no, but that's not, make is nothing. Make is a nothing term. Because, so I want to make movies. It's like, okay, well, the credits have a lot of people's names on it, and they all made that movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's a confusion, and a lot of people go like, I want to make videos. And it's like, no. What do you want to do? What do you actually want to do? Do you want to host and appear as the face of a video? Do you want to write what is said in the video? Do you want to be the one who compiles all those things and puts it all together? Or do you want to be the person who isn't even a part of that physical process of compiling things and wants to create the resources that someone can use to then create something? Because that's all part of the make.
What I want to do is I want to write TV and be a showrunner. Like I know what I want to do. I'm just saying that like for shorthand, I want to make this thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's where the confusion comes, I think, for a lot of
I don't think a
kids
lot
and
of them
stuff.
realize that like you can do all those things and build something up on your own, but it's like that's a monumental task if you want to like be successful while doing every single aspect of the production process by yourself.
It's so hard. I have so much respect for the people that build up audiences organically. Not everyone gets the support of a legacy media company that has an existing following that will follow you just because you're connected to people they already like. So I don't know. When people like ask me like, how do I do it? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like a complete, I seized on the opportunity I was given. I think I'm good at this, but also like, I don't know how to like grow something organically from the floor up. That's like, when I see people that just like grow these like Twitch and TikTok and YouTube followings, I am amazed at the dedication and regular commitment constantly to quality and growth. And so, many blessings.
Yeah.
Go off, Queen.
I'm a sham, though. I'm a fraud.
No, you're not. Absolutely
Not at all.
I get it that you're being nice on camera, but
I mean, I'm going to hit you as soon
yeah,
as
no, I know. And I have it coming.
Yes, good.
We talked about it a little bit on the panel, but to break you off a piece, with Cult Podcast, with the TikTok following that I got, like a lot of it is just finding your niche and really going after like making the content that you want to make with the sense of humor that you have and the background that you have will eventually find an audience doing something. Like we talked about on this panel about how Must Be Dice is like a tabletop role-playing show that has our sense of humor. And like I watch a lot of tabletop role-playing shows. Not a lot of them have our sense of humor. And so I was like, I love this. I want to do this. And I want to make the jokes and tell the story that I want to do. And it's finding its own audience slower, but whatever. Same with Cult Podcast. It's a true crime show with my sense of humor. And also the fact that, you know, we're not a bunch of white guys helps a lot because we don't love the police. And that helps inform our view of true crime. So I don't know. You can build an audience, and that's like a whole other conversation. It's not as hard as I think people think. A lot of it is just building a community around whatever it is that you're creating, which is exactly how Rooster Teeth did it. And that's how I did it with my podcast.
You also have to do it in a sea of other people who are also trying to do the same thing, which can be quite a challenge.
Yeah, I guess it's not
You got
as
to find where
challenging
you thrive.
if you just make better stuff, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
You're gonna want to find your bootstraps and grab them.
Yeah.
Is there a direction I should pull my bootstraps
Up.
or up? Oh, okay.
Vote
up.
yourself as well with
Actually,
them.
Mhm.
can I change my answer? Because I don't even want to make TV anymore. I want to make human pinball machines at a dying convention.
Yes.
That's what I
Mr.
want.
Beast is living the dream.
It's not
Living
dying.
the dream.
Thank you
It's
for
just,
having
it's
us.
the time. Yeah. It's just the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, everything is dealing with the repercussions of those damn germs. Darn those germs.
That is
damn
clearly what it is. I
germs.
mean, it's, you know, no
I
one wants to
saw
go
a
out.
Swiffer box that my roommate bought that says kills the COVID-19 virus. I was like,
Oh, shit.
Wow.
weird.
Damn.
Why didn't we have this 2 years
I was
ago?
gonna say, is it sunlight? I mean,
I know,
does it expose it to air
It-
for only a
contained
little bit
in
of
this
time?
package is
You just
48 hours.
You got to hit people to test positive with it
Yeah.
as hard as you can.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, what really threw me off was under that it also says deworms horses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Swiffer's
good.
doing
How
it all.
useful. Thanks, Swiffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James, what'd you do this weekend?
What?
Sorry.
We're back to the topic.
It was very hot outside, so I stayed mostly inside where I did not swelter. And I watched professional wrestling pay-per-view on Sunday.
A rock.
4 hours. 4 hours of Forbidden Door. It's been kicked wide open. You don't
Yeah.
understand? I had to explain to someone who
He
only
was
watches
super
wrestling
explanation.
casually what the event meant.
And now you're talking to people that don't even
Yeah.
watch it
Yeah.
casually.
Was it
Oh, well,
Elise?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
So here's how I can express it to you.
Okay.
So in the past, the wrestling world has pretty much been divided into East and West. Okay,
Okay.
you'll see crossover between North American and Central American wrestling communities. Oftentimes, you know, we have amazing luchadors that come up from Mexico and tons of wrestlers that go down and wrestle there. So that's pretty well merged. But it's rarer for you to find any sort of crossover between the Pacific Ocean, right? Japan has a huge wrestling audience and a huge wrestling scene with many companies that compete for attention just the same way we do with WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, all Impact, all these things. And so,
Ring of Honor.
AEW basically aligned with New Japan, which is essentially the WWE of Japan.
Okay.
Right?
It's the premier wrestling league in the world.
There you go. Well, is it the premiere of the world?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I mean it's subjective, but I feel like
Now that's certainty.
It's I would say outside of the US, it is.
I love James' superpower.
I'm just taking a pure market cap. You know, like
James is a superpower where he can repeat what you just said to him and make this face of.
I
And then you will doubt.
I would
every
say
opinion you've
of
ever
the
had.
rest of the world, yes, it
Sure.
is 100%. But AEW basically aligned into pay-per-view, so that way talent from New Japan would be competing with and against talent from AEW. So
that's cool.
it's East meets West. There's always been a term, the Forbidden Door, that no one goes through the Forbidden Door.
Pacific Ocean.
Essentially, the gap between those companies, no one just goes through it, and certainly business dealings don't happen. It's just a separation. But this event was the opening of that door to that merger happening. So essentially, all of these Western wrestlers are getting exposed in Japanese television, and all of these Japanese wrestlers are getting exposed. And it's like, well, what's the significance? And I go, let me put it this way. You know when Marvel started fighting Capcom? You remember those games, Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte knows them.
Yeah, I know them.
Charlotte, I know you don't care about wrestling, but fighting games, now there's something that you're big into. I was like, that's what it is. This is Cyclops fighting Ryu. That's the best way I can possibly explain it.
Now this makes sense.
Yeah.
Patrick
So it's
correctly surmised that the two types of game that I like are either emotional or homework.
Okay, all right, yeah. So unpacking,
Yeah.
number one, yeah.
I played Florence over the weekend.
Okay,
Florence, what's that?
It's really good. It's
I'll
about
ask you after.
relationships.
it's a game where you run a museum.
It's not that. It's not that.
Is it a game? Does it involve?
It's about a young woman who's just living her life and her relationships, and what does it mean to what? Fuck it. I don't.
Hey, can you put it in terms of fighting games though? For me, like which one's Cyclops?
So
So I guess
relationships-
Krish may be Cyclops.
Wolverine,
and Florence may be
John Talbane.
Tobane.
Okay, great.
relationships have been split up for a long time between East and West, right? And so this is
Yeah. In terms of cardinal directions.
yeah.
I watched the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, we can do another
Oh.
podcast.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, we
We
can
only
do
got
another
5 minutes
episode.
left,
Use
but
the
let's do it.
thumbnail.
Let's go. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
I thought the Zombie Strange was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Zombie
Yeah.
Strange.
The beginning
The
was
end of the movie?
so
Love that.
messy
Sounds
and
love-
so
Love
rushed.
some of that zombie
No,
strange.
just
Oh,
shut
come
up.
on.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
The movie as a whole, weird.
Okay.
Do I have to? Well, yeah.
See
Madness.
WandaVision to
I've
to
seen
see this
WandaVision.
movie?
Do I need to see more
Probably
than
shouldn't.
WandaVision to
No.
enjoy this?
You
to
probably
enjoy this
shouldn't
movie
watch
to see?
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, and then it's like going into stuff about the Scarlet Witch, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
but
It's like,
I don't
what?
know. It felt like I don't know. I could talk at length about it.
You don't
but
want to because
it's-
people will come to your doorstep to tell you
There's
their
so
thoughts
much
as well.
momentum, aimless momentum in this phase of the MCU that to give a director Sam Raimi the reins and say stop everything to make a singular movie. It's just like it doesn't happen. I don't know.
Mm.
It's fine. There was cool stuff
Fine
in
is-
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was
Describe it.
fine. I watched it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you
It's
can
on
stay
Disney
at
Plus
home.
now.
Yeah,
on Disney Plus
I
now.
was
For
like,
sure
I was
watching
looking
it.
it up. I had a rare free night, and I was like, maybe I'll go to the movies.
So,
And
I
like, are
want-
they still playing Doctor Strange? And then I opened Disney Plus to maybe watch Obi-Wan. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just
Yeah.
watch it here.
You
Yeah.
don't have to watch
Whew.
Obi-Wan. Can someone pull a bunch of screenshots of Wong's hair over
What's
that
his
movie?
hair?
What's going on with his hair?
I don't know if I noticed.
His hair constantly changes
Really?
because they filmed
Really?
it before and after the
Oh.
pandemic, and I guess they forgot what he looked like or whatever.
Is it as egregious? Have you seen that video of Ray J where his hat changes
Yes.
place every
Yes.
5 seconds?
So
That video is
maybe
really good.
I definitely noticed it. But
Yeah, it's very good. There's just a video where like it's clearly like they shot it over the course of several like an hour or something,
Mhm.
and they cut it together quick, and so like every different shot is like his beanie's here, his beanie's here, his
Mhm.
beanie's all the way over, his beanie's like all the way off,
Yeah.
but it's just every other cut to him in the scene.
That's why it's like, when you're saying, what do you want to do? It's like, do you want to be a script supervisor?
I want to be a hat continuity
Yeah.
coordinator.
Yeah.
That was an artistic choice on my part to
Mhm.
do that. Yeah.
This is a very deep cut, but when we shot Arizona Circle, we worked with an amazing script supervisor, and it was always funny because it's someone's job to not just remember. They like literally will be watching monitor and taking pictures
Yeah.
of things and then
Oh,
creating
wow.
a spreadsheet, and it's a complete confirmation of how much none of our memories are correct. And so basically, you get up there and you're like, you step in and they go, can we do that again? Because you're stepping forward with your right foot. And when we filmed it before, it was your left foot. And it's always interesting to see who will argue. Because like for me, I'm like, all right, left foot, you got it. I had no idea. And I'll go, but other people would be like, no, it was my right foot. And go,
Oh, God.
And then the script supervisor's like, it was your left foot. And it's like, I think I know what foot I put forward. Like, it's like, it's left. No. I put
the
left
whole-
foot. I was
yeah.
left foot. And then ultimately it always goes to either someone steps in and goes, well, let's just try it with your other foot. Let's see how that goes.
What the fuck?
Except even though knowing that they're wrong, or they go, all right, well, here's the shot that I took of the monitor from 10 minutes ago, and your right foot is in front, not your
It's
left
like
foot. So
it's
what are you
like
going to do now? And you
yeah.
go, well, maybe that was one of them. Like, it's always
And
like
we've now wasted 5 minutes
Yeah.
talking about it.
arguing with the script supervisor is the funniest thing anyone can ever do on set.
I love so my entire background of like creating content comes from like everyone does everything, right? Like the same person filming it is then gonna go drive to like Little Caesars to pick up.
It's a skate video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone does everything. And the first time I got to do something that was union work, I was filming a pilot. I showed up and they changed the call time after I had gotten there. So I was supposed to just sit there for 7 hours getting paid, and I felt really bad about it. And I saw this person who's apparently their entire job is to carry a box from one place into another. And that's it. That's their whole union job. And they were struggling to carry the box. And I walked over and I went, "Can I help you carry the box?" And then 5 men jumped out like of bushes almost to scream at me.
Secret Teamsters.
About me being a piece of shit and like, this is what's wrong with talent. And I'm like 19 crying almost because I'm just like, why are you? And the other thing is
You
like,
had just forgotten your grandmother's name.
yeah.
This is bad. This is bad.
And it's like, it's so great because I'm 19. I'm also still 6'4", 6'5" at this point or whatever. And all these fucking small Joe Rogan types are just screaming in my face. And I, once that happened, I realized that I fucking hate unions. And
I don't agree with that statement at all.
No,
I don't agree with that statement.
I fucking hate them.
Team union.
And we'll take them down.
Nope.
Oh,
and
God.
that's what I'm running on. I'm
End the
running on
podcast.
an
You should
anti.
end it now.
What do you
You should
mean
cut.
the end?
End it
Yeah, and we
quickly.
just
What
saw
do you
someone
mean?
type the
End the
end,
show.
yeah.
I have to pee so bad.
We'll
Okay,
see
we
you
can go
later.
another 5 minutes.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Come to RTX.